Turning the page, we've been talking about cooler weather. A team of meteorologists have been for days now. The possibility of ice that is coming here to the Carolinas. We want to give you some tips to stay safe on the roads.
Yeah, meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees is joining us now to talk about black ice and particularly a thing to look out for when you're driving over bridges.
Yes, bridges and overpasses, Colin and Vanessa, and there's a really important reason why. So you have bridges and overpasses. Of course, we've all seen them, right, when we're driving. Well, what happens here is most roads actually lose their heat evenly because they have the ground underneath them to insulate them. However, with a bridge or an overpass, you essentially have the cold air on the top and the bottom, almost wrapping around it as like it's a cold air blanket on both sides. So for this reason, you get the cold air on the top, the cold air on the bottom, so they not only cool off quicker, but that heat loss happens so much faster. So where the road could be about 35 degrees, the bridge or overpass could be about 30. Not only does the heat loss happen quicker, but it actually can stay colder much longer. Now, when we talk about black ice, we get a lot of questions sometimes about why we call it black ice. Well, it has nothing to do with the color. It's just because it's transparent. So the black ice is really referring to the asphalt, what's happening underneath it. So it's more like gray, black, dark gray, whatever kind of the color of the road itself. It's essentially that really thin layer of ice that you can't really see very well on the ground, especially if you're driving at night or very early in the morning, making it really, really dangerous and hazardous for driving conditions. And while this isn't so much of a concern for portions of the Charlotte metro area heading into this event, especially on Saturday morning, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich has been talking about this for a few days now. And Brad, this is going to be more so of a concern for areas closer to the mountains and foothills.